Not long ago, becoming a unicorn, a startup valued at over $1 billion, felt almost routine. Every few months, new companies were joining the club. Venture capital was flowing freely, valuations were climbing fast, and growth was often enough to justify massive numbers. But in 2026, that momentum has clearly slowed down. Fewer startups are reaching unicorn status, and more importantly, the entire path to becoming one has changed. Because what we're seeing right now isn't just a temporary slowdown, it's a reset in how startups are built, valued, and judged. To understand why, you have to start with one of the biggest shifts in the market. Capital is no longer cheap or easy. For years, startups operated in an environment where funding was abundant. Investors were willing to take big risks, pour money into early-stage companies, and prioritize growth above all else. That environment created a kind of acceleration effect. Startups could raise large rounds, scale quickly, and reach high valuations even before becoming profitable. But today, that dynamic has changed. Investors are more cautious, they're asking tougher questions, and they're far more focused on fundamentals: revenue quality, margins, and long-term sustainability. So instead of chasing the next big idea, they're looking for businesses that can actually hold up under pressure, and that makes it harder to justify billion-dollar valuations. Another major factor is the shift in valuation logic itself. In the past, valuations were often driven by future potential. If a startup showed rapid growth, strong user numbers, or a compelling vision, investors were willing to assign high valuations based on what the company could become. But in 2026, there's a stronger emphasis on present reality. Revenue matters more, profitability matters more, efficiency matters more. And when those factors are applied more strictly, fewer companies meet the criteria for unicorn status. There's also a timing effect at play. Startups are taking longer to raise large funding rounds. In previous years, companies could move from early stage to late stage funding very quickly. Now those timelines are stretching, rounds are smaller, negotiations take longer, and companies are staying private at lower valuations for extended periods. So even if a startup has the potential to become a unicorn, it may not reach that valuation as quickly as before. Another important shift is in how startups are managing themselves. In the past, many startups prioritized aggressive growth, hire fast, spend heavily, capture market share. The idea was to grow first and figure out profitability later. But that approach is being reevaluated. Startups are now focusing more on efficiency and discipline. They're controlling costs, extending runway, and being more selective about how they scale. And while this makes them more sustainable, it can also slow down the kind of rapid expansion that drives high valuations. So in a way, startups are becoming stronger businesses, but less likely to hit unicorn status quickly. There's also a supply and demand dynamic in venture capital. During the peak years, there was intense competition among investors to get into promising startups. That competition drove valuations higher. But now the balance has shifted. There are still opportunities, but investors have more leverage. They can be selective, they can negotiate better terms, and they don't have to inflate valuations to win deals. So the upward pressure on valuations has eased, and that naturally leads to fewer unicorns. Another factor that's often overlooked is the performance of existing unicorns. Many companies that reach billion-dollar valuations in previous years have struggled to live up to expectations. Some have had to cut costs, reduce valuations, or adjust their business models. And that has made investors more cautious, because if past unicorns are facing challenges, it raises questions about new ones. So the bar has been raised. It's no longer enough to grow fast. Startups have to prove that their growth is sustainable and profitable. There's also a broader economic context to consider. Uncertainty plays a big role in investment decisions. When the outlook is unclear, whether due to interest rates, global conditions, or market volatility, investors tend to be more conservative. They focus on protecting capital rather than chasing high-risk opportunities. And since startups are inherently risky, that shift in mindset affects the entire ecosystem. Fewer big bets, fewer inflated valuations, fewer unicorns. At the same time, the definition of success is evolving. In the past, reaching unicorn status was seen as a major milestone, almost a goal in itself. But now there's a growing recognition that valuation is not the same as value. A company can be worth $1 billion on paper and still struggle operationally. So founders are starting to think differently. Instead of aiming for the highest possible valuation, they're focusing on building durable, profitable businesses. And that changes how they approach growth, funding, and scaling. Interestingly, this doesn't mean innovation is slowing down. New ideas, technologies, and business models are still emerging. What's changing is how those ideas are funded and evaluated. The path to success is becoming more grounded, more disciplined, more realistic. And while that may reduce the number of unicorns, it may actually improve the quality of the companies that do reach that level. Because they're not just built on optimism, they're built on stronger fundamentals. So what we're seeing in 2026 is not the end of unicorns. It's the end of easy unicorns. The era where rapid growth alone could justify massive valuations is fading. In its place is a more balanced environment, one that rewards efficiency, sustainability, and real business performance. And for startups, that means the journey is harder. But in many ways, it's also more meaningful. Because reaching $1 billion valuation now requires more than just momentum. It requires a business that actually works. And that's a very different standard than before.